Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. We're George and Martha,
Sup?
and today we're recapping Stranger Things Season 3. We're up to Episode 5, The Flayed. The ending of the last episode was so creepy that I'm excited, but I'm really scared.
It was so good though.
It was. These poor kids, this is giving me anxiety. They're trapped in the elevator that took them to God knows where.
And they're climbing out.
Because Robin figures out that they can't operate the buttons without a key card. So they're screwed. They're stuck. And then Dustin's like, let's climb out. And they realize, oh yeah, we just flew like 100 miles away.
I just hope they leave the trap door open so if it starts going back
They can get back in. That made me so scared. I'm like, that is so dangerous. What if the Russians try to get the elevator back and you're standing on top of it? Can you imagine?
I think they're going to be okay. I mean, this is such a high stakes show anyway that unfortunately, I'm not too worried.
I know, I can't help it though. I get really into
know.
it. So, Joyce and Hopper find that there is a Lynx truck parked at the Hess Farms house. They go in. They're looking around. It seems empty. They find a secret passageway under a bed. They go down. It's kind of a lab with these poor, very nervous Russian scientists babbling. And then Arnold Schwarzenegger shows up.
We hear him above.
The Terminator. Dum, dum, dum. And then there's this... We both said it at the same time because Hop manages to trick the guy and then he's got a gun to his head and he tells the Schwarzenegger guy, put your gun down or I'll blow your head off. He's like, you're not going to blow my head off. You're police. You have rules. We're like, shoot the guy now. Because I figured he's going to bust out some Terminator.
Yeah.
And that's what he does. And then there's a shootout. And Joyce is like, Hop, here's your gun. Throws it to the Schwarzenegger guy.
Who then is able to get back his machine gun.
And somehow Hop gets away with Joyce. And they take the Russian scientists with them.
Smart.
That was smart. And they're in the car, and the guy's still shooting at them, and he's standing in the street. It's definitely a nod to Terminator.
Yeah.
Sitting there.
He even looks like Arnold.
Ring, ring, wake up, Jonathan. It's Nancy Drew. She wants to speak to Will because Mrs. Driscoll is alive. She's been sedated, so I guess she didn't explode. But she's been heavily sedated.
I wonder if she still looks that way.
So scary. I mean, in fairness, it does look like me without my coffee and my makeup.
Oh, I know.
We'll see why she wants to talk to the little one, but she says that it's all connected. So, we forgot to mention that the Russian scientist that Hop kidnaps has now been nicknamed Smirnov, which I find very amusing.
And it's very offensive.
Wait, I just want to say, how is it that it's acceptable to talk so much shit about Russians more than any group of people?
I just think, I don't know. I mean, it's Putin's fault.
I know, but seriously, if you trash anybody of any nationality, it's bigotry, except Russians.
Well, they infiltrated the U.S.
The government did. What about the people?
They're all drunks. I'm being sarcastic. I know my friend Olga is very nice, even though she was in town recently. Didn't contact me. Not bitter. Anyhow. Joyce is explaining the magnet.
I love this. I love Joyce's conversation.
Do it. Come on,
oh my god. Oh my god. Magnet. Magnet. Yes, yes. Magnet. Refrigerator. Now, demagnet.
And then at one point she started talking with a Russian accent, which I think is hilarious because my dad does that.
Then Hop gets mad at Joyce because he doesn't want her talking to Smirnov. He's still a Russian.
So I guess Arnold fucked the car up when he was shooting.
Pretty bad. And Joyce gets in the car. Hop is grumbling at her with his, toxic masculinity. Why don't you make yourself useful and start the car? Which she's trying to do, and Smirnoff is like, stop, no, shh, what do you want? Stop, kaboom! Car's fucked up. And then they're walking in the woods, and they're talking about finding someone who speaks Russian in Illinois.
Yeah.
Which takes us to the kids. Elle is doing her sensory deprivation thing to find Hop, which I was thinking about. I'm like, how come he's not worried about her? With everything that's gone on, he hasn't, like,
in the first episode, he was freaking out about
right.
her.
He goes from 3 hitches at all times to, like, just totally neglecting her. Disappeared.
Well, I mean, shit's going down.
I know, but still, he doesn't even think to go look for her. Like, if that were my kid and, like, I don't know, this demon was unleashed on the town again and Russians had infiltrated, you better be damn sure I'd find my kid.
Yeah, I guess I'm just not thinking that because my father he would just be like, oh, they better not damage my surfboards.
Yeah, well, I find it odd. It's not just them. It's a lot of the parents have not checked in. It's a little weird.
It is weird.
But I guess part of this is a kid's fantasy where parents are not much of an obstacle.
Exactly. Mom, shut up!
Yeah.
There's a lot of that in this.
Yeah, but over the last few hours, they've seemed to be very unsupervised. But yes, Elle is spying. She says, Illinois. They're going to Illinois.
And then the battle of the sexes continues.
It's cute, yeah.
It is cute.
They're conspiring against us. You guys know we can hear you.
I love it.
I do too. Well, the gang is waking up. They've spent the night in the elevator. Steve is having his morning pee.
Mm-hmm.
Little, typical shtick going on.
Yes.
Here, they go, can you direct your stream elsewhere? And then she's like, we've got company. And they're all on top of the elevator, which again, why? If somebody turns that thing on, you guys are fucked. Do they not realize that?
I mean, yeah.
It's dramatic.
It is, yeah. And then, they all had to go up there when the elevator door was open.
Because the Russians are in there and
they can smell the pee right away.
Yeah. Peace. Whatever. And they realize they've got a very short window to get out, so they jump down. They're getting out of it. They use the green liquid bottle to hold the door open. They get out just in the nick of time, and then the green liquid oozes out because the bottle smashes, and it's acid and leaks through everything.
Yeah.
And now they have to go down a really, really, really long hallway.
He called Dennis roast beef.
A Dustin, you mean?
Dustin.
Yeah.
Who's Dennis? Oh. Dustin.
Hope you're in good shape, roast beef.
That was funny. Cute.
Nancy comes to tell the boys that why she wanted to speak to Will is that Mrs. Driscoll's temperature is really, really low. And that's when Will says, oh, okay. So she definitely has the parasite in her because it likes low temperatures. And then they're like, when did this event with her happen? 9 p.m. And they're like, isn't that the time of the sauna experiment? 9 p.m. So then they're talking about how there must be another one of those things running around. And they figure, oh my God, Heather. And Nancy goes, Heather? Who? Heather what? She realizes it's her boss's daughter.
Yeah.
So they all get in the station wagon and they're off to go confront
Tom. That's going to go well.
Well, they don't realize that he's one of those things too.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
Oh my God. The Terminator has found the car and he is tracking the footprints left behind by Joyce, Hop, and Smirnoff.
Yes.
Then Smirnoff takes off running towards something and they're chasing him down, but it turns out he just saw the sign for 7-Eleven and he's really happy that they're out of the woods. They go to 7-Eleven. By the way, the product placement, how many brands did you pick up on?
Well, Coke, then there was Jolt. Wow. Hostess, and then there was a lot of beef
New
jerky.
Coke.
New Coke.
They went crazy over that.
Yeah.
When they made New Coke, they changed the formula and people flipped out. Really? They brought it back. We were trying to find it. I wanted to have it for our recaps, but alas, was not meant to be. I think we've had enough caffeine.
Well, then there were the Slurpees. I love Slurpees. Last night we saw the Orange Julius thing, and we got knockoff Orange Julius's, and now I want to go to 7-Eleven. We're not going to do that anyhow. And then they meet.
So, what's his name? Hop sees somebody pull up by the 7-Eleven getting gas, and he's like, you know what? My car now. Goes out there with a song and dance. I'm a cop. That guy's a child murderer. I'm going to need your vehicle. Joyce goes along with it. They hop in the car. They're taking off, and we see that the license plate says Todd Father, like the gun.
And that guy is a total Todd. Perfect name for him.
Total Todd.
But one thing stuck out to you that Joyce did decide to check up on the kids.
Finally, somebody's checking on their children, yes. Right after I complained about that, she's like, hi, it's Joyce, where's Will? The movie's okay?
Sounds good.
No texting in those days.
No.
No GPS on your children.
Oh no, they got maps. That stressed me out. I hope they get to where they want to go with a map. Did you ever use a map?
Yes.
Oh.
But not, I mean, I remember being a kid and taking trips, and my family would follow a map all the way to Florida from New York.
I want to go on a road trip.
Nancy Drew and company go to her boss's house. They ring the doorbell, and as George pointed out, they get one ring.
And then they just bust in with, 11's powers.
And it wasn't even that long. They ring once, and it's like 2 seconds later, and they break in.
I mean, these kids really should, be in jail.
It's a little fresh. Trespassing.
Fresh.
A little fresh.
Old woman.
I am an old woman. They go in. They discover all these chemicals mixed together in the kitchen. So, Ajax and all that stuff. Then they walk in a little more. It's very Scooby-Doo. They find the wine bottle that was used to hit the editor, and they find this and that. So they basically come to the conclusion that Billy and Heather abducted her parents. And where did they take them? We have to find out where the flaying is happening, meaning where the mind flayer is taking over people. And Will says, Mrs. Driscoll, if she keeps saying, take me back, she'll lead the way. That's going to be interesting. I'm sure you must be happy that she's playing a big role.
I am. I knew this was going to happen. As soon as the Terminator saw 7-Eleven, I thought, oh, the cashier and the Terminator are going to go at it.
What did the guy say outside?
Oh, yeah. Don't cross me.
Don't cross me.
The car was just trying to pull in to get gas.
Yep.
Such a Todd.
Typical Todd. He deserved to get his car stolen.
Yeah, he did. He did with that fucking jacket. Anyhow.
The Terminator smashes the 7-Eleven clerk's head down.
Into the snowballs.
Tell me more about the psycho who take car.
I've already been there. What did he say?
Hop takes Joyce and Alexei Smirnoff to visit our old pal Murray. Remember him? He was the PI hired by Barb's family to track her down. And he was the one who came to Hop way, way back when about Russian presence in Hawkins. So now he comes to him. He's like, I need you to, he needs his translation services. Before he can even say that, Murray is insulting Alexei in Russian.
Oh, yeah, that was good. Soviet scum. I do love Murray. I love the actor. And I do love the character.
That's because it's the character you would play on the show.
Absolutely. And I embrace that.
The gang has escaped the Russian elevator. They have found the Russians. And they're laying low. They're trying to sneak by. Erica's very funny, cursing. They're like, what do you see? I don't know, Russians and shit. She's hysterical.
I like her.
I do too. They're doing great sneaking around until they run right into the room with a Russian guard.
And what's his name? Steve succeeds in, I guess for the first time,
Yeah.
Dustin says,
Well,
you want to fight.
Robin tries to speak Russian. She's just repeating the code. So basically she's like,
Tread lightly.
I'm the silver cat. Tread lightly.
China?
Yeah. He's like, huh? So then, yeah, Steve kicks his butt and wins. And then they're able to see what he was looking at. And so the green stuff is fueling the machine that they are using to open the gate that 11 had sealed.
Yes.
It's that eye thing again that we saw in Billy's eye.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So evil looking.
And we saw in the very first prologue of this season.
Yeah.
Oh, no, that was no. Did we see that?
Yeah, that was
We
the
did.
very first thing you see
Yeah.
in the beginning. That's what they were working
Yep.
on under the mall.
Yep.
It's interesting because I remember when I first saw that, I thought they were in Russia.
It is, yeah.
I never would have thought that they're
Yeah.
under the mall.
It's pretty funny.
Yeah. The kids are at the hospital. It's a little cute scene with Al and Mike. Mike's trying to get a Kit Kat. The Kit Kat is stuck. And someone with a bleeding nose mysteriously makes the machine shake and he gets his Kit Kat. And then Lucas is like, Olive Branch, man.
Yeah. Oh.
He's like, what? He's like, you're hopeless.
And then
She wants to talk to you.
And then in the elevator we have
Jonathan and Nancy.
Jonathan and Nancy, not good with names. They are also patching things up.
They are. And they're going to go look for Mrs. Driscoll, who is missing, MIA. But who shows up?
Tom.
Tom comes in. Well, zombie Tom. It's so creepy. He's like, I was hoping you two would come back.
And then they escape him only to find Donald.
Well, you know what's weird? I noticed when they first stab him or hit him with something, he's bleeding black. That was my
that's
first
right.
indication.
Yeah.
And then Donald shows up, so points for Martha. Martha said Donald was going to be one of them. The Donald editor guy. I'll show his picture.
We don't know his name, do we?
He doesn't have a name, no.
Donald.
But he's there. So then we have these simultaneous fight sequences going on. Jonathan's fighting off Tom. Donald is chasing Nancy. I thought poor Jonathan was going to get it. I don't know too many people who could survive getting hit over the head with a steel stool like that.
That was awful. That hurt
Ooh.
me.
Brutal. But they both win somehow. Because it seems that when one of them is
They're
hurt, the
connected.
other one gets weaker.
And so Nancy saved Jonathan.
She did. She's strong, like her mama said.
Yep.
So
The stronger species.
that's right. That's right. So they both die, and then they start exploding.
They didn't really explode, which kind of bummed me out. They just sort of
Leaked.
leaked.
They leaked ooze, and then the ooze grew like the blob. That's
Yes.
always been, an inspiration for this show. And then the blob grows into another Demogorgon thing.
Oh, those teeth. Those teeth.
Needs to see a dentist.
Yeah, a big time.
He could use some veneers.
Yeah,
Some
they did some
caps.
serious cosmetic surgery. But they will enjoy the nitrous anyhow.
And that's it. We're plowing through. We're doing pretty well.
This is what, 2?
We're getting a little old to be binging these shows
I
all
know,
night.
I
It's
know.
really tough for us.
We're talking about medication right now. What do you need to take?
But we're going to keep going. So stay tuned. We're up to 6. 6 is next. So we'll see you there. Thanks for watching.
Scoops ahoy!